Penny here from East Hertfordshire Family Centre Service. As parents and carers, there are certain questions that we are always asked, ones that can make us feel just a little bit pressurised, and one of them is your child potty trained yet? Now, all children are different. They sit up, walk, talk at different times, and so they learn to be clean and dry at different times too. You know your child best, so don't feel that you have to start potty training just because others are. It is important that the time is right for both you and your child. If you have a new baby or you're moving house, then probably potty training is not the best thing to start just then. And also check with the others who might also look after your child too, that there's nothing major happening there and you have got that continuity going. We're going to look at various aspects of toilet training through some frequently asked questions, and the first two I have linked together. So we have got, how can I prepare my child for potty training? And how do I start toilet training my child? Well, generally speaking, a child will be ready between 18 months and 3 years old, but they need to be physically ready. Are they able to sit down on the potty, climb onto the toilet seat and stand up again when they have finished? Also, they need to be able to follow some instructions and communicate with you. Let your child help choose the potty, the toilet seat or the footstool. Keep them in the bathroom or the toilet and let your child practice sitting on it. Don't let them sit on it for too long, maybe just 2 to 3 minutes, and keep books and simple toys there. Keep a track of when your child wets or soils a nappy, so you get an idea of when they go for a poo and a wee. If the gap is about an hour or two, then they are developing some signs of bladder control and awareness of wee and poo. Disposable nappies are very good at soaking up wet, so line them with folded kitchen roll, which will stay wet when they have done a wee, and it may help them connect that feeling of being wet when they've done a wee. When you change a nappy, talk about whether it is dry or wet, whether there's wee or poo inside. Try not to use words like yuck and ooh, because that can put a negative stance on things. Change nappies if you can in the bathroom or the toilet area. Keep the nappies there so that they associate wees and poos with that particular room. Young children learn by watching and copying, so leave the door ajar when you're in there. And also, if the other family members, if they're comfortable to do so, encourage dads to sit down for a wee too, and it's good for them as well. Make sure that they drink plenty of water. 6 to 8 cups, not fizzy or caffeine-based drinks. Don't reduce the number of drinks because the bladder needs to be filled and emptied able to work properly, and children need to feel that urge to go. Let them wear easy clothes, no buttons or zips, pull-ups. Let them choose their pants and encourage the wearing of them to get used to the feeling of them and practice getting dressed and undressed. And always praise your child at each stage for sitting on the potty or the toilet, irrespective of whether they have performed, and washing their hands and getting dressed, etc. All those things connected with it. Look at storybooks together about potty training. There are some great ones around. So, what do you do when your child refuses to potty train? Well, potty training is a skill that can take a long time to learn. There will be many accidents along the way. It's a big thing to do, and it may be that your child just isn't ready for this stage after all. Stop training and try again in a few weeks. Keep those preparation steps going. Change nappies in the bathroom. Talk about dry, wet and soiled nappies. The sharing of stories, and practice sitting on the potty, if that your child is happy to do so. Let them sit on it fully clothed, wearing easy to pull up and down clothes. Maybe you can let your child do this, take their clothing off and on and just practice. Change your wet nappy while your child is standing up so they get the idea of standing up and going to the toilet and having that idea of wetness. Keep the dialogue going. Be patient. Not always easy, I know. Continue to praise. If a child consents that we are cross or disappointed, etc., this can exacerbate their anxiousness. Toilet training can be a stressful time, especially with school looming, and creating anxiety for both you as the parent and for your child. So yeah, my child is about to start school and still isn't dry. This could be tricky. And does this question mean that your child is not yet out of nappies, or is in pants but had not yet gained full independence and will still wet himself or herself at times? Is he okay on the potty but has not yet mastered the big toilet yet? What has the experience been so far with regards to toilet training? Are there underlying specific issues of which you are aware? Do you need to discuss these with the health team? Ask questions of school, because legally school doesn't have the right to turn away a child who is still in nappies or has not yet mastered the toilet. What is their policy? What support is there available? Are the children free to access the toilets whenever they want to? What happens if a child wets or soils himself? And this will happen even to the most confident child. There are new circumstances, everything's different, so accidents do and will happen. Is the flush of the toilet very different? What about the sound of the hand dryer? For some children, different noises can affect them enormously and may put them off for going into that particular place. If possible, visit the toilet and look at the toilets. Show your child, talk to them about it. What is the school routine? At home, start a regular toilet routine based around the school one. Encourage your child to sit on the potty or the toilet around 20 to 30 minutes after a meal for a wee or a poo, because quite often a child will want to do either of those functions after they have eaten. Practice washing hands after each nappy change and encourage those independent skills. Try not to apply pressure to them by saying that they are a big boy or girl now and all their friends are using the toilet, etc. And as we know, children learn by observing and imitating and may well express that they want to get rid of their nappy when they see their classmates using the toilet. Keep a spare set of clothing at school. Continue to share the stories with your child at home. Talk about their emotions and worries of the characters in the narratives that you're reading. So if you're reading a story about toilet training, talk about that person and how they felt and what they think they might do. I wonder if you might feel like a bit like that is a question you might ask. But the most important thing is to keep that dialogue going with your child and the school. There is a very good website called Eric. They have a wealth of advice and support and information that you might like to check out. So there is www.eric.org.uk and www.eric.org.uk/helpline, and they offer a variety of advice and support.